Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of Scriptures and Pop. My name is Jasmine, and today we'll be talking about the film Stand By Me. It's an older film, but it was something recommended to me by my sister, so something I had to rewatch and make some connections for you guys. So, stick around. Alright guys, let's get started. I forgot to mention it in the intro, but today for the visuals you'll be watching me do a Sudoku puzzle, because that's what I felt like doing today. But yeah, straight into the movie. Something I will mention is that this movie has very gratuitous language, very colorful language. Definitely wouldn't watch it around any small kids, but be aware of that. Please make informed decisions for yourself. Don't want anyone to be caught off guard. But this is a great coming of age story. Really, it's these, I believe they're 12-year-old boys, this small group, and their mission for this trip, they're going to go see a dead body. I know, random, definitely not an idea of what I would want to do as a kid over the summer, but hey, to each his own. But yeah, so these kids, you kind of see throughout their daily life their different struggles that they go through, and they all are in situations where, whether it's their family or the community at large, they feel like they're being made small. They're feeling like they're being put down. And they offer great support to one another, but also in the end, they even offer support to a stranger. So we're going to talk about that today. So all these points really revolve around support and that idea. And the first point of support, lifting up your friend's talent. And actually I pulled up a quote from from the movie. So one of the boys, he's an aspiring writer, and his friends think this is awesome. His friends love his stories. His friends think he's great. And this comes at a time where he's doubting himself. Like, he's thinking, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to become a writer. And his friend encourages him, like, no, like, that is your father talking. That's not you. And this is what his friend said. His friend says, it's like God gave you something, man. All those stories you can make up. And he said, this is what we got for you, kid. Try not to lose it. Kids lose everything unless there's someone there to look out for them. And I love this quote. I love this because in this moment, this kid is really trying to look out for his friend and encourage him to continue moving, to keep pushing forward, to use what they consider his gift to be able to make something of himself, really. And the scripture that this reminded me of was Ephesians 4:29. I think it's kind of a funny scripture to share in terms of this movie because, as I mentioned, lots of colorful language. And this scripture, Ephesians 4:29, says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So this is one of the few times in this movie that this kid is saying something that's very serious, very sincere, not swearing, and it's helpful and it's beneficial to build up Gordy, to build up his friend. And that's why I wanted to share it, the opportunities that we have to build one another up, especially when we know that they're not getting it in other places. So that's number one, building up a friend. Number two, what a man desires is unfailing love. So there's a horrible scene. It always makes me so emotional where literally an adult is bullying this kid, bullying one of the boys about his father. And his friends are standing up for him. His friends are reassuring him and getting him away from the situation. And really what it reminded me of was Proverbs 19:22. What a person desires is unfailing love. And that's like the part A. Part B, better to be poor than a liar. We're not going to talk about that part. But part A. Really talking about, and really the whole thing talks about loyalty. And his friends showed a lot of loyalty in that moment by not being cowards, not just backing down, but showing support for their friend, even in the midst of this literal adult who's bullying children, and not letting him get bogged down by what this guy was saying. So, point number 3. This is actually when the boys all collectively show support for a stranger. So as I mentioned, the basic synopsis of this is that these boys are going to look for this dead body. So they are going, but at the same time, there's another, rival gang, if you will, that are going to look for this body. And all of them, they want to report it. They want to report it. They want to get the credit for it. They want to get any sort of, reward money that's available. They just want to make themselves known, in a sense. But when they finally get there, it ends up being a final showdown. These gangs get there around the same time, and this younger group of boys, they keep the other boys at bay and essentially force them out of the situation. And they decide that it was better to have this anonymous phone call at the end. So they very respectfully, they cover the boy and notify the proper authorities, and no one gets the credit, because the point shouldn't be about getting credit, but about respecting this boy and his family. And it actually reminded me of a scripture in the Old Testament, 2 Samuel 21 verse 10, which says, Rizpah, daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it out for herself on a rock. From the beginning of the harvest till the rain poured down from the heavens on the bodies, she did not let the birds touch them by day or the wild animals by night. So in the same way that she protected these bodies, in this case, these bodies were her sons. These boys didn't know this other kid, but they still took the time to honor and respect and be supportive by not just letting anyone, in a sense, have him or defile his body. So that's the connection that stuck out to me. But what do you guys think? Have you guys seen this movie? What do you guys think about this movie? Do you guys see anything else? Any other aspects of the human condition, the human spirit, from the movie that you can connect to Scripture? Let's encourage one another. Let's build each other up. I know that, we all love to watch movies. We all love to listen to music. But any way that we can find to connect it to the Bible, I think is amazing. I think it's awesome. It's very encouraging. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. And in the comments, let me know. Are there any movies you want me to watch? Is there anything else that you want me to talk about? Any hobbies that you want me to do, or adventures you guys want me to show you? But yeah, with that, we're going to close out. Just remember that movies are entertainment, scriptures are eternal. See you guys in the next one.